I get it. You want to attract and manifest your dreams. You want to live your dream life and become successful. We all do. But how? In this video, I'm going to share with you how Jack Canfield used the power of his subconscious mind to attract success to his life. Jack Canfield is a personal development expert and best-selling author of several groundbreaking books, including Chicken Soup for the Soul series, The Success Principles, and my favorite, How to Get From Where You Are to Where You Want to Be. Hey there, this is Sean from StudyMotivation.com. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so right now. You will receive updates and more videos about achieving success and living a better life. Now, let's talk about how Sir Jack Canfield attracted and manifested his dreams. When Jack was in his 20s, he got a chance to work for W. Clement Stone, a successful entrepreneur and also a self-help author. Clement Stone has written and published several books, including Success System That Never Fails and Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude, which he co-authored with the famous Napoleon Hill. Clement Stone then became Jack Canfield's mentor in the personal development industry. And being Jack's mentor, Clement Stone asked Jack to set a goal so big and so unbelievable, and Jack agreed to follow his mentor's advice, saying that he wanted to make $100,000 in the next calendar year. At that time, Jack had a job as a school teacher that was earning him only $8,000 a year. So, to make $100,000, that would be 12 times his income, and he did not see how he could do that. However, Jack went ahead anyway and set his goal to hit the $100,000 income mark. So every day, he would visualize having earned that amount of money. He made a mock-up bill by using a $100 bill and traced it on a flip chart. He then added 3 zeros at the back, so it looked like a $100,000 bill. What Jack did next was to take that $100,000 bill he made and put it on the ceiling above his bed. Every morning when he woke up, he saw the $100,000 bill on the ceiling, and then he would repeat his affirmation: God is my unlimited supply. May large sums of money come to me quickly and easily under the grace of God, for the highest good of all concerned. I am easily earning, saving, and investing $100,000 a year. And after that, he would close his eyes and visualize living his dream lifestyle. He would envision living in his dream house, how the house looks like, what car he would be driving, what charity organization he would contribute to, and so on and so forth. And then he would take a shower and go to work as a teacher. At that time, he had also written a book called 100 Ways to Enhance Self-Concept in the Classroom. Every time when someone bought a copy of the book from Jack, he would earn 25 cents. His average income from selling the book was about $2,000 a year. After doing the visualization process every day, one day, an idea suddenly struck him. The idea is this: what if he could sell 400,000 copies of the book? Because the only thing he could leverage on was his book, and if he could manage to sell 400,000 copies, he would achieve his dream of earning $100,000. So, the $100,000 idea was born. His book has been on the market for about 2 years, but the sales were not a big hit. But Jack pressed on anyway. He made it a goal to sell 400,000 copies of his book, and that was when the magic happened. That was when the law of attraction started to work for Jack Canfield. Once he is committed to his goal of selling 400,000 copies of his book, he started to see possibilities and opportunities. One day, he noticed that Reader's Digest has over 1 million readers in more than 37 languages. Instantly, he knew he could leverage on Reader's Digest to sell 400,000 copies of his book. Hence, he called them up to check the advertising space, but it was too expensive for him at the moment. But then his wife suggested him to write articles for Reader's Digest instead of buying an ad space there. And so, Jack wrote an article and sent to Reader's Digest, but it got rejected. After a couple of weeks later, he saw National Enquirer and noticed that they had 12 million readers weekly. So he called up to check out on the cost of advertising, but again, it was too expensive. What Jack did next was he included Reader's Digest and National Enquirer into his visualization, and miracles started to happen. A few months later, when Jack was doing a talk at Hunter College, a lady approached him and said, "I'd like to interview you." And Jack asked, "Who are you writing for?" And she said, "I'm a freelancer, but mostly I sell to the National Enquirer." All this may sound like a coincidence, but it will never happen if Jack never put his goal to make $100,000 in the first place. So Jack agreed to the interview, and as he had envisioned, his book sales started to grow. After that, another idea came to Jack. When his wife ordered something through the mail, he thought that he could do the same. Start a mail order for his book. And that way, Jack could sell his book and make $3 a copy instead of just 25 cents a copy. Things started to grow even faster when they decided to take ads in magazines. Jack also took his book to educational conferences and sold them there. And then another idea came. Jack included a catalog with tapes and audiobooks on self-esteem, parenting, and other self-help topics for people who bought the books. And you know what happened next? Jack sold even more products and made even more money. And the real explosion came when the University of Massachusetts had a weekend educator workshop and asked Jack to take part. At that weekend alone, Jack made $2,000 in net profit. So Jack thought to himself, if he could do that every week, he will be making $100,000 by year end. At the same time, Jack was also doing consulting and giving talks, charging $300 a day to go into schools to teach other teachers. But because his reputation has grown and he wanted to achieve his goal so much, he raised his fee to $800. At first, Jack was afraid to ask for $800 per talk. He thought he was charging too much and people would reject him. And you know what he did? He practiced saying $800 over and over again. He would look into the mirror and say to himself, "What is your fee?" And he would answer to himself, $800, just to get used to it. By the end of the year, did Jack Canfield make $100,000 and achieve his goal? No, he did not. He made $92,000. But do you think he was disappointed? Not at all. He has increased his income more than 10 times in less than a year. And then his wife asked him, if it worked for $100,000, do you think it will work for $1 million? And the rest was history. Jack Canfield went on to become a successful entrepreneur and also a self-help expert. He has published many books and sold over 500 million copies of his book in the world. And that was how Sir Jack Canfield used the law of attraction to manifest his dreams and goals. He is committed and he practiced affirmation and also visualized himself achieving his goals every day. You could do the same, but remember one thing, you can attract any success you want into your life, but you must be willing to work on it. You can't just visualize and then go eat a sandwich. It doesn't work that way, alright? Attraction and visualization will work only when you work on them. I hope you are inspired by how Jack Canfield achieved his success. Here's one thing I want you to know. Sir Jack Canfield has a free webinar where he shared the blueprint for getting clear about your life and how to set the stage to achieve greater success. And in the webinar, you will receive his goal setting guide and how to envision the success you want and attract real results into your life. I have left the link to his webinar in the description box. Make sure you register for it. And if you love this video, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. Remember, go and register for Sir Jack Canfield's webinar. It's free and you will learn how to attract and manifest your dream life. That's all for now. See ya.